Suzie and I have always had a passion for mentoring and training people. We've done it throughout our careers. We could see that there was a need for people to be empowered to use the technology that they already had walking around with them, the camera that's in their pocket, their smartphone. So motion video training and production was really born out of that perceived need to give people the skills to make their own video content wherever they were in Australia.
Kirsty and I were teaching our own disciplines. Kirsty, a media trainer, myself, a video editor. And one night we both realised that Kirsty's at the start of the video creation journey and I'm at the end. We decided to start Emotion Video Training and Production to show people you don't need to be spending thousands of dollars to market your business through hiring video production companies, but you can do it yourself. And that's where we started a one-day video workshop back in October 2019. We put a call out for people interested in attending this workshop, and the feedback was so big that we said we have to change from just doing our own businesses and complete the story with the start and the finish, as Kirsty likes to call it, both sides of the horse. If I'm at the end though, that means I'm the horse's ass, so we'll revisit that.
It's an important part of the horse. It drives the business. At the beginning of this year, we decided we have to put all of our eggs in one basket, so we've rolled our other businesses into Emotion Video Training and Production, and we're proud to say we became a company in the middle of this year. So yes, the workshops covered everything from script planning to lighting and sound, how to set up your phone correctly, being a presenter on camera, how to interview people, and then the craft skills of actually filming the video, how to choose creative angles, and then how to bring it all together in an edit, all on a smartphone with the apps that are around today.
Yeah, awesome. Next question. What have been your challenges? Well, to start with, she's a Samsung and I'm an iPhone. It actually is an anti-challenge really in courses because we're both technically proficient at the different platforms. Challenges primarily have been personal to start with. We've both been through a quite severe depression, and that in itself has connected us. But when business gets a little tough, too much work happening, we're struggling with perfectionism, what do they call it? The imposter syndrome. We used to get into a bit of a meltdown, but by working together, we were able to recognize when it was starting to affect one of us, and we were there to be able to support each other. Other challenges, of course.
COVID. So it was a great time to actually start a video business because everyone was using video more.
True.
But the practicality was people couldn't attend the face-to-face workshops which had been so popular. So we had to park those for a while, and we tried online, but because we were only a very new business and we weren't sort of into that market yet, we weren't able to go ahead with anything but our first trial course for online. What we've realised is our point of difference really is us. There's lots of people doing YouTube videos, instructional videos about the kinds of things that we cover in our workshop, but when people attend one of the smartphone video workshops, they're getting two women who are incredibly passionate about helping people succeed in making videos.
In fact, we've had some clients recently who we worked with on a video production, and they said to us that they were thrilled to finally work with us because they have admired us from across the room in one of our many networking events on how people talk about our video workshops and our passion to continue to help them. Susan Yields mentioned to us recently that she saw how I was helping the client with technical issues with their video editing even after they'd come to our workshop. So it was during a networking event that I took my time out. The client asked me a question, and instead of just saying, come into a mentoring session or delivering some information to find a YouTube clip, I grabbed their phone, showed them how to solve the issue, and she recognised that that's a unique value in a company. So I was very, very pleased to hear that.
And a challenge, of course, that we come across again and again is people's different skill levels, and we don't want to exclude anyone from learning these skills. So even if the person has not even a basic knowledge of where to start with video, we are able to accommodate that and pivot within our workshops to accommodate the people with the least experience and the most experience. So I think really that's been one of our successes. We've had people come in saying they're afraid of technology, they hate to see themselves on camera, and when they leave at the end of the day, they feel confident, they feel empowered, and they feel really excited about going out and making content. And that for us is the biggest marker of success, is what they actually do after they leave the workshop.
Recently we had the crew from Hot Air Balloon Cairns in a 2-day workshop. On day 1 we had a pilot called Frank, who was very outgoing, loud personality, but he was very much out of his comfort zone. He was very disengaged at the beginning of the first day, thinking the bosses have put him into this workshop. He doesn't really need it. He doesn't care to be in it. We gave them some homework to do a video with the techniques that we taught them on day 1. On day 2, he turns up and he was literally bouncing into the room. The first thing he said was like, hey, I got this stuff, but I got a question. So before the workshop started, he was asking questions and I was helping him with very, very simple things such as dissolving his video from one clip to another. And it was like I'd just given him $100 cash or something, because he was so thrilled that his edit was now complete and perfect, and he was willing to share it amongst the group. He was so proud of it.
Yeah, and that really makes us sing and work so much harder when we see those kinds of transitions with people. I guess personally for our business success and the challenges, we were great at what we did, but we didn't have the first idea about running a business. So I guess for us, the last 2.5 years have been about learning that process. And our personalities have been very complementary in actually making all of that happen and having that kind of push and pull, but also the support that we needed for each other to get there. And we've also given back by delivering training on a voluntary basis through organisations like YEP. We completed the Incubate program with Launch FNQ earlier this year. It's something that we take very seriously, our investment in the community. We know that we've benefited as a business from that, and it's something that we continue to give back through things like the gold sponsorship of the Cairns Business Women's Club, where we provide video content and some mentoring for the board, and the other organisations that we are members of, TT&Q and the Chamber, for example.
We've been recognised within the community for a Australia Day Achievement Award in 2021, where I spent lockdown months with the State Emergency Service creating videos for their training, because just like everybody, we at the SES weren't able to do any training, and it was extremely pivotal to the success and responsiveness of the SES to maintain that training. So I filmed and then edited a range of videos, and they were then uploaded and shared amongst all of the SES members throughout the far northern region to be able to maintain their training regimes.
I'm very proud of you, Suzie.
Thanks.
So how have you innovated in your business? There were lots of other parts of the business that we had to learn, and although we love spending time together, we were finding that we weren't as productive as we wanted to be with actually building up the business itself. So we've been able to do this in our business by using a range of applications, things like Trello, which allows you to have a snapshot of your workflow and your clients. Slack, which is like an instant messaging system where we can coordinate which projects that we're working on and communicate with each other in real time. So essentially we're doubling our productivity. Suzie can be working from her computer at her home. I can be doing the same here or anywhere, really. Doesn't matter where we are. And then of course we make videos, and there's lots of content that we create. So we've also embraced cloud sharing files like Google Drive to be able to manage all of the work that we are doing.
So while that's not something that we innovated ourselves, needing to find solutions to our problems of not being able to have the reach that we want to support the community, to empower them in making videos, we researched and set workflow for the business, innovated a new flow of productivity that would accelerate us to the success that we're starting to see this year.
We've had challenges for some of our clients as well. They're not here in Cairns, and we've actually come up with resources that we can give to clients that actually show them a smooth process for making videos, how to set themselves up on camera, how to set their phone camera up. So we're also continually developing these resources in the way of videos and manuals and things like that we can use to support clients, once again, wherever they are, so that they can be using the technology they have to make videos. One of the challenges was we were quite proud of what we'd individually built for our own businesses. So there was a bit of a process of having to let go of that sort of intellectual property and that expertise. And we thought, we're actually better together, we're stronger together. People really respond to us as a team. And we've certainly seen that since we jumped into the business full-time as one entity from the beginning of this year. We've just gone from strength to strength because we're one brand, we're stronger together, we each have our own strengths and complementary skills. And I think that's probably one of the hardest lessons that we've learnt, but one of the best lessons we've learnt. And we can talk about anything, any challenge that comes up. We have really difficult conversations. In fact, I think we make a point of having them at least once a week just to, maintain those skills. But they say never work with your friends or family. And of course, we've ignored that advice, and it's working really, really well for us. I think we're very different people, but we totally get each other, and because of our pasts, we are able to challenge each other, but also be soft with each other when we need to. And I think that really has driven our success, and I think that's something that people connect with. And we're constantly being told that's why they love our workshops and why they want to engage us for video production, because we bring that sensitivity, not just all of the technical knowledge and the industry knowledge of having 30 years each in the industry, but actually we can empathise with some of the challenges that people are going through themselves. And I think that will continue to grow our business.
Got nothing. Beautifully said. Cut.
You good?
Yeah, sure.